that last relationship failure, you didn't mess up. You revealed to yourself where you still abandon yourself for love. You are probably replaying every moment, the way he pulled away, the way you overgave, the way you lost yourself just trying to hold on. My God, love, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. And maybe you've said, oh my God, that was the biggest mistake of my life. What if it wasn't that? What if it wasn't that? What if that failed relationship actually revealed some depth of sanctity, of sacred knowing that you have to access on your pathway in this lifetime? See, these relationships that don't work out or that are failures, they are illumination tools. They truly show you, hey, I need to know this. And if you're watching my videos, you're here for depth. You're not here for surface. You're here for depth. And this is the type of woman that you are. And when we're here for depth, these surface level relationships don't work. And so often we have to walk through the fire a little bit more in our relationships. And so you get these lessons that are mirrors, that mirror to you your own reflection of where you're still performing or chasing or trying to convince people that you're worthy of love. And it's knowing and recognizing the pattern that is where it can change. Without seeing the pattern, we can't change the pattern. It's like jumping off of the hamster wheel. You need to know where you got to jump off so you stop doing the loop-de-loops again and again and again. So this unhealed part of you is attracting people from your wound so that it can be transformed and alchemized. That is what these are for. And when you start to look at it this way, we take there's something wrong with me out of this and going, this is literally what I'm up to. This is part of my journey in this lifetime, is to heal this wound. Now, not fun, right? I've experienced a lot of painful lessons in my relationships, which is why I can talk about them here, because I've walked through narcissistic relationships, highly distanced relationships, a relationship with a man who was autistic, but he taught me amazing things. All of these relationships taught me amazing lessons. But the biggest lesson in it all is that I was not valuing myself. I was accepting crumbs for love because that's what I unconsciously was running underneath it all. And what has to happen here is we got to take radical responsibility. And this is a hard thing. This can be hard because they're very painful lessons. But radical responsibility means asking yourself this important question. What did I do to contribute to the dynamic? A relationship takes two. And whether we want to admit it or not, it takes consent. And that consent can come from an unconscious place. When I was in this relationship with this man who had these narcissistic tendencies, I consented to it because I moved in with him. And that was so hard for me to reconcile. And so really inviting you to just sit with this. It's quite a humbling place. Can you sit with this idea that the relationships that I have in my life are because I've consented to them? This is not what a lot of people want to admit. A lot of people want to blame the other person. And you will not heal this pattern that keeps repeating itself if you're blaming the other person. It is a requirement to take self-responsibility. And when you do this, when you start taking self-responsibility, you actually take your power back. You're not punishing yourself. You're actually taking your power back. And then your whole system, your somatic system, your emotional system, your mental system, your energetic system can begin to repattern itself for love. It can begin to understand, oh, that wasn't love. I want love to feel this way. But here's where most women kind of miss a step. Once they see the pattern, they just want to skip to the next relationship, skip to the next best part. I mean, who doesn't, right? But what happens is they try, as they're skipping over, they're not moving through what's actually going on. They don't want to feel the grief. They don't want to feel the rage. And that is actually really important. You got to feel. You got to feel so that you don't repeat. So this is your invitation to go watch the next video.